What is good? It's 5 p.m. August 11th, 2024. That means it's time for Film and Box Office News Live. Hey, it's episode 99. We're doing The Hangover Part 3. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
I can't believe my daddy is dead. I can think of so many people I would rather have died first. Like my mother.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live podcast. It's episode number 99, the penultimate to the 100, and we're ending out the trilogy of The Hangover. So hopefully you got to watch The Hangover Part 3, and we will go over that toward the end of the show. We want to make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel because you cannot win the monthly giveaway unless you are subscribed to the channel. So if you're not, please click that button. If you're on Facebook, jump over to the YouTubes and click that subscribe button. And with me, as always, is the loyal council, Steve Bizzle, Phil, Green Shirt Guy, and Clifford. How is everyone doing today?
Tired.
Doing good.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's a little laid back Sunday.
Okay.
Oh, Bizzle, we gotta lift you up. We gotta lift you up. Hopefully, in the next 60 minutes, we can get you out of that funk.
Seabizzle, just do what I do. Just fake it, Seabizzle. Just fake it till you make it.
I blame Alan. He pissed me off.
Alan?
Yeah.
Alan?
In the
Alan?
movie. In the movie.
Oh.
What?
I
If
was
like
like,
Cliff knows
Alan?
somebody named Alan.
I was like, what did he do? I'll come for
No.
him.
No. I thank you for having my back, by the way. So, no, I'm talking about the movie Alan, not our good friend Alan. Our good friend Alan is a great guy. So, not talking
He
about
is
him.
very nice.
Yeah.
Which channel is that? Who's
The
Alan?
Comic Viking.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Alan, the Comic Viking. Every Sunday we give you one chance to win a duck. We give you a trivia question. This trivia question is: how many gold bars did Marshall and Chow steal? Did they steal hashtag 32, hashtag 25, hashtag 50, hashtag 41? Make sure you put that in the comment section below. I've even put up a little banner right here so you guys can see it and you can think about it throughout the show, but you got to type it before we do the spin, which will be toward the end of the show. All right, how many gold bars did Chow and Marshall steal?
Well, technically,
They stole them together,
Chow
remember?
Marshall stole all of them,
Yeah.
and then Chow just took some from him.
No.
Yeah.
They went in
Yeah.
together. They went in
No,
together.
We can talk about this when we get to
Yeah,
the movie.
all right, yeah,
Marshall
we'll
talk
stole
about it.
all-
I remember them
all
going
all
in
the
together.
money.
I'm a green shirt guy.
Chow stole from Marshall. Marshall stole from the Arabic guy.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll talk about it. We can talk about it. All right. Good. Right, so that's the question. Let me go through some announcements and we'll get into stuff because we got a lot to talk about concerning film and box office news. D23 happened, but let's get to some announcements first. Young at Heart Foundation, great organization's motto: faith, trust, and beliefs, run by our good friend Mike out in California. They do great things for kids awaiting medical procedures out there. A couple of ways that you can help is you can, one, click this button, register to become a donor for Donate at Life America, because more than 100,000 people are waiting for a life-saving transplant, and you can help out by registering to be an organ donor today. Second way you can help is to sponsor a Hope Kit that is 100% tax deductible. They collect all the funds together, and they create these great gift boxes that they give to the kids. If you have another way that you want to help Mike, give him a call at 323-396-9998 or email him at info@youngatheartfoundation.com and tell him the council sent you. On the Facebooks, it's Alternativerse. This is our home away from home. It's located in Hyde Park, New York, 870 Violet Avenue, Hyde Park, New York, to be exact. It's run by a great friend, Anthony. He's one of the best guys in comic books. Great shop, great everything. He also wants to give you guys a special for those of you that don't have a local comic book shop, or you find it hard to get to a comic book shop, or you find it hard, period, just getting your books. Anthony will get your shipping information. He'll bag and board the books, secure them all, send them out to you, and give you a 10% discount off of that pull list if you like. Give Anthony a call at 845-233-4234 or email him at alternativerse2@aol.com. The website is alternativerse.net. They have comics, cards, toys. They have the biggest selection of comics in our area in the Hudson Valley. And they also do card tournaments on the weekend, Lorcana, Pokemon, Magic. Give Anthony a call, get in touch with him, and he will give you the schedule. The YouTubes, the Council of Comics is at 915. We are 85 away from the big 1000. There's tons of videos on the channel. I've been making all the playlists. I'm 80% done with all the playlists. If you check them, there's tons of videos on them now. Comic book pickups, skits and picks, council conversations, interviews, shows, conventions. You see all the stuff that we've always done by going into our playlist. Click a video, watch it for a bit, hit the like button, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Next up, Couching and Slouching with C. Bizzle. He's at 424. C. Bizzle.
Whew. Okay, I just finished a 20-minute video that I'm still in a business of editing. I went through this huge box. Great news! It had a lot of stuff I'm gonna be adding to a giveaway. Good news is it should be done by the end of today, and I will have it up for tomorrow. So come check me out.
Excellent. Make sure you are subscribed to Couching and Slouching with C. Bizzle. Next up, Cliff on Comics. He's 7 away from the big 800, ladies and gentlemen. 7 away. Clifford.
Come join me at Clip on Comics Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where Comics and Coffee and Cliff takes place. This week I had on Bleecker from Bleecker Street Comics. Go check that out if you missed it. It's almost 2 hours long, but we had a fabulous time. I also did an unboxing of an AOK during the episode. Next weekend, I'll be at Terrificon, so God knows what those videos are going to look like, so stick around. And I've got other stuff coming up in the month that once I remember how to use the calendar, I can share with everybody. But yes, tune in. Thank you.
Make sure
So you're saying, Cliff, I should create like 7 new accounts and just subscribe to you?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you would like to put that time and effort in, you're more than welcome to.
Make sure you are subscribed to Cliff on Comics, ladies and gentlemen. He's only 7 away. He's only 7 away. So let's make sure we get him there. We are also part of this Sunday legendary lineup, ladies and gentlemen. It started at 9:45 with Breakfast with Brian, episode 130. It continued on at 10:45 a.m. with Comic Book Church. Then at 3 p.m., they had Into the Comiverse. Sorry about that. The Anatomy of a Superhero. Cliff, were you on that?
Yes, I was. That's where I told our theater story.
Yeah. That's what it was. Because I was watching it. It was on Cliff on Comics. I was like, wait. All right. So that happened at 3 p.m. Great conversation. Go check the rewatch for that. Here we are at 5 p.m. Hangover Part 3, Council of Comics, episode 99, penultimate episode. Coming up at 5:30 is Merry Monday Mail Call, comic pickups from the U.S. From the U.S. At 6 p.m. we have the Sunday Sesh. Is there not? I thought I saw something that said there was no show tonight.
No, he canceled. He canceled for tonight.
Okay, so no Sunday Sesh tonight. At 7 p.m. is kicking it with K-pop. Biophile,
Yep.
Kolga will be the guest on there, and then 8:30 will be at Week's End with Legion of Comics. Oh, I hit the wrong one. 9 p.m. we have Black Crown Comics weekly comic wrap up, episode number 57, and ending the legendary Sunday lineup will be Trev the Shipping Guru and Evil Comics at 10 p.m. Make sure you check out all those channels. All right. Let me go with this one. So we are the film and box office news. So we got to talk about stuff that's happening in the film and box office. Disney just had D23. So I got a list here. We're just gonna skim through. We won't spend a lot of time on everything, but Disney announced a bunch of stuff. We'll start off with the third installment of Avatar, which we call Ash and Fire.
Don't care.
Side note: I've never watched the first Avatar.
You don't need to.
Okay.
Really? You didn't like Avatar?
No.
Really?
I remember when I
was
saw it, we rented it. I fell asleep halfway through. Woke up and said, "Did this happen yet? Did this happen yet? Did this happen yet?" My wife's like, "How'd you know?" I'm like, "Because the story is so plain and obvious." I mean, like,
It is a visual spectacle, though.
it looks
It
good.
is.
but
It
the
is a
story's
visual
stupid.
spectacle.
Yeah, I would not recommend watching it unless you're watching it in 3D. Like that's the best part.
Gotcha.
So-
So that'll be called Ash and Fire. Nothing else but the title on that. The Incredibles 3 was announced.
Okay.
Are we excited for Incredibles 3?
I happen to like The Incredibles, but there's not one announcement that made me excited. I'm surprised.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
not
it's
even
something-
like surprised. Like you know, Pixar has like its hits, and its hits you're gonna get like the 2 and the 3s, and
There's gonna be if it's a hit, you're gonna get 8 of them.
yeah. If it's a hit, you know, they like there'll probably be like did they announce a new Toy Story? I didn't see all these announcements.
Oh, just sit there, Phil. Let's
Yeah.
just wait. All right.
I
so
like
yeah.
Incredibles.
I like
think-
them.
I
just
like
felt
them.
like they missed with the last story, not doing a time jump to see the kids as teenagers. So if
Yeah.
they do it now, it's like, why would you do it now?
True.
To close out the trilogy. That's why, and to make money. Simple as that. Let's see what else we got here. Disney songs. I don't want to hear about no Disney songs.
I think you gotta.
There's another one that they're making a third of. I can't remember what it is though.
Yeah, I think you have to go all the way up to the top and hit continue reading.
Oh, okay.
For all of them?
Yeah,
Just
scroll down. You
for-
missed it right there.
Right there.
Continue reading right there.
Yep.
This is... Okay. All right. They also announced that the Pixar is having their first animated series called Win or Lose.
Eh,
That's going to be dropping on Disney Plus.
Pretty sure, guy, that's perfect for you.
you think? But, it's not grabbing me.
Nothing special. Next up, latest Star Wars. They announced Mandalorian and Grogu. They also showed the first trailer for Skeleton Crew. I think Skeleton Crew looks good. I don't know if you guys watched that trailer for that. Have you?
I
What's
also
the
thought that
premise?
I thought it was lackluster.
What's the premise for Skeleton Crew?
It's Stranger Things, Goonies in space.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's about a bunch of kids that get lost in the galaxy and have to find their way back or something like that.
Season 2 of Andor. Okay.
Andor season 2.
Season 2. Andor season 2 is also coming. But nothing really more special. They didn't say
Law
Blade
and
was going to.
Jedi in Skeleton Crew.
Dude.
Yay.
Yes.
Oh, there was
Yeah,
no Blade
excited
announcement
about
at
that.
23.
Yeah. No Blade.
That shows
announcement.
how well that project is going.
They just dropped
That's
the
sad.
ball. That movie should have been out along with like we all know with the Blood Hunt comic, and that would have just been amazing.
Yeah. They showed the first trailer for Agatha All Along. Well, the first real trailer.
I'm gonna watch
looks
it.
good.
I'm
Looks
gonna
good.
watch it. I may even be the only one enjoying it, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
When did that come out?
fall. I think
That
it's in
Yeah,
2025. I know that.
Oh, it's in
Yeah.
2025. Okay,
Yeah.
so all right, it's
Yeah.
not like this.
Well,
well,
one.
I
all
don't
stuff
know. I think Agatha comes out end of this year.
Yeah.
I think you're wrong.
Yeah,
I
because
could be wrong.
Daredevil comes out. Daredevil
Because a
comes
lot of
out
the stuff they
in
announced is
March.
for next year.
No, I'm pretty. Well, let's see.
September 2024. Agatha all along.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, our
Um,
live action
they-
reboot.
they
Oh,
showed Lilo and Stitch, the animated. How they got him animated live action. It looks good.
Yeah.
The Snow White trailer.
That one looked better than it had any right to look.
True.
No, it was pretty,
Mufasa.
and Mufasa.
So here's why I'm already pushing back on this story. It's his adopted brother's scar that ruins the whole thing. It's stronger if they're actually related, and the brother just feels pushed to the side because he's the second, he's the spare and not the heir. This adopted thing is a cheap way to tell that story now.
Yeah. I agree.
Hmm.
That's my first time hearing that he was adopted.
Right. That's what I'm like.
I could
mean,
be wrong. Let us know in the comments, guys, if this was.
I mean, if
this
it's
was
a
always
story of
him.
him being like kicked out of his tribe and stuff and being adopted in, I think that works.
Well, except for that's not how lions work at all. But
Okay, Mr. Lion Man, tell me how they work.
so in a pride of lions, first of all, in a pride of lions, the women run the pride, but the male is basically how's the word? The nice way to say it? It's basically studs all the women. So whenever a new male takes over the pride, he kills all the offspring and restuds the women, so they're all his. So Scar wouldn't have made it.
He'd be done. He'd have been eaten by the jackals. Okay, more. What else?
Yeah, Zootopia 2. Did anyone genuinely ask for that?
I wouldn't mind seeing another
No.
one. I just don't. I think that movie was encompassed and perfect as it is. I don't know you need another one.
Yeah, like I was like, I didn't need that. All right.
Yeah, we didn't ask for this. I don't know why they're doing that.
You missed the continue reading again.
I know, but it's continue reading for
The whole story.
it's different things.
Yeah, but it's the whole story
No,
goes through everything.
It's different things. So if I hit this, it's gonna bring me to the other part? No. That's just showing. See? It goes to that. And then it goes to that. Alright, but I don't want to go through all this. They announced all this stuff. Marvel Animation. They're gonna have X-Men season 97, season 2, but they're gonna be wearing the Grant Morrison outfits in season 2.
And
Go
we just gave that book away.
We did.
Mhm.
And Polaris will be in season 2. The Spider-Man show that's coming out. They showed Daredevil Reborn. Oh, I'm sorry, Cliff. Are we boring you?
I'm bored. I'm just not showing the face.
How was the trailer?
Because
for
God
Daredevil?
forbid, if other people like stuff that Cliff doesn't like, you
No,
I'm not.
no,
Pull
I'm
up
like-
pouty
I'm-
face,
I'm
little
genuine-
pouty face on the TV because Cliff is not happy.
This is genuine. This isn't like pouty face. This is like I'm really freaking tired, and none of this interested
I'm
me
just
at
as
all.
upset as you, Cliff. But damn it, I need the energy. Can you hear me?
I just don't have it.
Jeez.
I barely slept because of this tooth that needs to come out of my mouth. My refrigerator died during that power outage, and I've been like, I'm done. I'm just done. Hi, welcome to Cliff on Comics. I'm just done.
I don't know. Everything I think
Yeah.
Incredibles 3, from what I heard, is like the most exciting. Star Wars, I don't know. It's just Star Wars has become like a Disney thing now. Like when I get the announcement, like I'm just gonna wait to like, I'm not even gonna go buy the trailer. Like I expect
Yeah.
Incredibles to hold up that Pixar level of quality that Pixar has been able to keep. Really, like,
Well,
Pixar has
it'll
been-
look good. All the Pixar movies always look incredible, but the stories kind of.
Yeah, but even like their bad ones are still like good. Like
Did
they
you
hit
watch
that
Elemental?
good mark. What's all? No, not Elemental yet. So I gotta see.
Story is so boring, so boring.
Like Inside Out, I just saw Inside Out. Like Inside Out was good. So
I liked Inside Out.
I mean, can
but
we
that's
say that
that's
it's
the
like
high mark? When it misses,
like-
it falls off a cliff.
this is? I mean, we're saying I'm starting to see a pattern, not amongst one franchise, but I'm starting to see a pattern amongst everything. Once you start keep doing stuff in the franchise and doing stuff in the franchise, they all have gone downhill.
What
Once
did
you
I
get
say?
to like the 10th film or the 12th film, they all start taking a little dive.
Any series is going to do that. That's whatever. What did I say? Was 5-6 years ago when Disney bought Fox? I don't know if we were. I don't know if you were around at the time. I said this is a mistake. And everyone kind of looked at me. I said, when all of the creative energy is under one umbrella, there's no competition. So eventually, it's going to be all vanilla because nobody's going to tell them, "Oh, that sucks," because you can't get it from anybody else now. You can only get it from Disney.
I can
That's
agree
true.
with that.
I said that
I
back
agree.
then, and now it's coming to fruition.
I agree 1000% as a video gamer. With Madden football, EA is
Yes.
the only company can make the football game. So for years, Madden just put out the same stuff over and over again because they're the only ones who can produce an
Just
NFL
change the
game.
rosters slightly.
Just update the rosters. That's it.
Man,
And
you
if
don't
you
got,
notice, that game's gotten worse because there's too many glitches in it now.
you don't got
Yeah.
anything else because this is really not moving Cliff. Like he's just, still pouty face over there. We need something that'll get his pouty face off.
Look,
you know what I mean?
he
already
He's
said
had
it.
a long day.
All right.
He's been on
We're
some
not gonna-
shows, and now he
Did
wants to
you
come here and
watch
be pouty
Instigators
face.
on Apple TV.
I've been watching whatchamacallit? Presumed Innocent.
Instigators on Apple
No, I've
TV
been-
with
I've been
Matt
watching-
Damon and Casey Affleck.
No, I haven't watched it. I've been watching Presumed Innocent though.
Oh, that's great. I finished that. I didn't like the ending, but I haven't read the
See,
book.
I had the Harrison Ford movie, and I watched that movie like a long time ago, and it was one of those endings that like it works once because like the mystery is solved at the
Right.
end of the, and I'm hoping, and because of that, like it was one of those like kicker mysteries, like where, like you didn't see that coming at the end, but now that you know it, it's like so I'm hoping the ending of this show changes. That was the only thing.
If I'm trying to, I don't want to give it away because I don't want to let you finish it. I kind of sort of saw it coming, although they constantly throughout the show go, well, it could be this person. It's definitely not the main character because so it could be this person. But wait a
Yeah.
minute, it could be this person. When you find out who really did it at the end, you're like, okay, and we'll talk because there's a scene right after you find out. I'm like, really? That's how you're gonna end this show? Really? I don't want to ruin it for you. I just wait. Let me know when you finish it. And
Yeah, I'm gonna finally finish it because
it.
there's no Game of Thrones now. I finished The Boys too. That was the other show I finished.
Okay.
Who stars in Presumed Innocent?
Jake
Gyllenhaal.
Gyllenhaal.
He's the main. He's the
Jake
main one.
Gyllenhaal?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I have half a reason now.
it's good.
Disney also did some things to the amusement parks. There's gonna be a lot more stuff.
World.
Usually people would be excited. Like I was watching Grace, and she was like, "I'm so excited about the parks." But then I started to get more disappointed as the more stuff they showed, and I was like, "Oh, this is great," because regular people aren't going to be able to afford to go to these places. Unless
Where
they-
can we go now?
That's what I mean. You know what I mean? It's like regular people are struggling. They want to be able to do stuff with their families and stuff, but Disney can build all these parks, and Universal can build all these parks, and they're going to charge massive amounts of it, so that families are going to have to take a loan to have to go to these places. So I'm kind of in the sense like I'm getting Cliff's camp a little bit like, no, you don't get to do this. You don't get to build
just to play
yeah.
Lorcana, man.
Yeah, you don't get to do this.
They've already failed once. They had that expensive Star Wars adventure, and they had to shut it down. It's like they've learned absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
Well, they
they're
put
competing.
their money on it.
They-
Trust
they-
me. They probably had it like set like, all right, we're gonna make such and such money with this, then we'll shut it down.
They probably broke even when okay, now let's do something.
I think they made money. It's set.
I'm not convinced they made money because there was a lot of complaints about the dollar value of that event.
Yeah, and different things are happening in different parks. Like you can't say you're in Florida. Well, you're not going to get the same things that they have in California and all
Well,
this
that's
other
always
stuff.
been the case, though. That's always been the case.
Yeah, but now you got to travel all the way to California to get to pay thousands of dollars to have this experience.
Okay.
They're gonna do a Villains Land to compete with Epic Universe's Dark Universe Land.
Okay.
One of these places is gonna fail. People are not gonna be able to afford to go to
Well,
both.
California is going to fail before the one in Florida. Let's be honest. Because California can't keep their citizens in the state, so how are they going to get more people to come?
True.
That
I've
California
never
economy is
been-
falling apart. So
I've never-
of the two, California's going to fail first.
I've never been to any of the Disneys, so
I mean,
I
we went to
Oh,
Disney
man,
World for our
Disney
honeymoon.
World
It was
was great.
awesome, but like, can't afford to go back now.
yeah.
And I have 3 sons.
I gotta hit the lottery to go to Disney right now.
Right.
And I don't feel the villains aspect of it. I was like, you don't even have a Heroes Land. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
you
the
know,
first
I
one we're
think
gonna
it
get
was
is a
a,
Villains Land.
you can see the signs they was gonna do something like this because remember all those comic books that was coming out it was like Scar,
Maleficent, yeah.
Maleficent, and it was another one. Did they do Jafar yet?
No.
I heard it was
like
have
Cruella
it-
There's
DeVille,
that
right?
game. There's that villain
Red
game.
Villa. Yeah, and the Villain's Game. Yeah,
They
so
even
you can
have
see the setup for it.
Disney Hollywood Studios Land that themed after Pixar movie The Monsters Inc.
That looks fun. I'd do that to go through the doors and everything. That'd be fun.
Animal Kingdom. I can just imagine. Imagine the price tag. And they're probably going to do stuff like, well, if you want to go into Animal Kingdom, it's this much. If you want to go to this one, it's this much. And
They
then if
already
you want
do
to go
that.
to all of them, you can do this bundle package. But it's not as many as this.
They
This is
already
like
do that.
this is like taking your theme lands and multiplying it by 10.
They already do that.
No, but this is like this is multiplying that by 10. Like, all right, you got 2-3 parks. All right, let's go through them above. Now there's going to be like 13, 15 of them.
And
Okay.
I hear you, but like you don't have to go either.
You're right. I don't have to go. Hong Kong, Disney. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm tired of this. I guess I'm with Cliff. Like I'm tired of it. Like not that I want it to burn down or anything like that. I'm just like I'm getting over it.
Well,
not
I hear what you're saying, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. But my counterpoint to that, and I sound like I'm working for the industry, is don't go. Like it's their money to spend whatever they want. So like don't go. You know what I mean? You
I'll
don't
be
want them to
honest, I've never
spend money, stop going
been.
to see their movies. Don't buy their comic books anymore. They
And
don't
I
have
would
money
probably
to-
like enjoy the time. I know it would be an exercise in spending like $500 to $1,000 easy. And I'll even go as far as say I would probably like to do it someday.
But that's gonna be per person, Phil.
Yeah, still, it's
You
one
know
of
what
those
I mean?
things.
If
Like
you
I
go-
would probably like to do it.
Yeah. Usually $1,000 would get you into the park. Okay, maybe I'm decades away from that, but $1,000 to get you into the park with your family and all that. It's gonna be $1,000 per person.
Yeah.
And as you can see with the Star Wars one, they didn't even offer enough good stuff for the Star Wars one for that to explode. You know what I mean? So I can just imagine what they're gonna offer. I feel like people are gonna spend that money, walk in, and it's gonna be okay.
So it's gonna be 1,000 per person. That's not even
Yeah, but
including
they already got your
hotel
money, so they don't
flights.
care.
They're gonna care though. This is what I'm saying. They don't have, and you can't operate like that. You can't.
yeah,
If
you
nobody,
can, though, because
if
they don't-
nobody's going,
They don't.
can't-
They're not worried about necessarily the repeat customer. They get you once, they got your money, they don't care. They move on.
but it's got to be more than once. It's got to be.
It doesn't if they get enough people to come.
Yeah. All right.
If you make something exclusive, enough people go, ooh, I got to go get to this because not everybody can go. Why do you buy 1 in 25 comics? Because it's exclusive.
Because
Not
I like, yeah, because I want it.
the
Yeah.
insides are any different than anything else.
I guess what I'm having is an internal battle where I'm starting to look at things from a not that I haven't looked at it from a life perspective, but I'm starting to look at it like, is it worth it? Is it worth it to continue down this path of spending this amount of money consistently, because we do this every week? You know what I mean? Now, that's just the comics. Not talking about like the movies we buy or the figures we buy and stuff that we do. But is it worth it to put yourself in a position where you cannot get other things in life because you're so attached to your collecting hobby? You know what I mean?
That's the decision
Not
you
attached
make.
to it like that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm having that internal struggle because it's up to
Alright.
me. You know what I mean? What are you shaking your head like that? Like, it's my internal struggle. What are you shaking
Well,
your
no,
head?
I'm saying is that's the thought process you should have had from the get go.
No, it's not.
Every
No,
day
it's
with-
not. No,
hold
no,
on,
no,
every
it's not.
day, and with every dollar, you make a decision on what
Right.
priority.
But we've been
everything is.
collecting for years since we were kids. Well, when I was 14, I'm like, oh, I need to think about
No,
my
but-
future and
but
stuff
you-
like that. That's not how it starts.
No, but you bought comics over buying baseball cards, over going
Yeah.
to going to the store and buying a sandwich. You
and that
bought
was before
comics-
I had like
right.
rent
So my point is,
and all that
you've
stuff.
always prioritized where your dollars went. That's just you're just thinking about it more now. It's the same. It's the same.
What's wrong with
process.
that? You shook your head like that was a problem.
I'm saying I think you're overthinking the whole thing
Why?
because you've been doing it all along. So now that you think about it and you express it verbally, doesn't make the process any different.
But I'm thinking about changing the process. So I have to.
So
I have
you're
to
going to be
think about
spending
it.
your money on something else that you're collecting, if you will. So if
No,
you decide,
no. I'm not saying spend the money. I'm not saying spend money on something else collecting.
No.
There's
What I'm
things
saying
outside
is-
of collecting.
Let me finish. What I'm saying is, if you decide, just throwing this as an example, you decide I'm done collecting comics because I want to travel more. Now you're spending your dollars traveling, collecting experiences.
Right.
So you're spending your money somewhere else.
You're
It's not you're spending.
You're
more or
right.
less.
But that's what I said. Is it worth it to spend the money on collectibles? Like, we're arguing the same point. I don't even know what we're arguing about. But is it worth it to continue down that path? Should I cut back more? You know what I mean? I don't think I'm talking about completely stopping.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just
You
saying
know what I mean?
every time you spend $1, you've made the decision that that's important. Other than food, obviously, but even within food, though, you decide which is more important. Would I rather have a cheeseburger or do I want to buy a salad?
Just instead of get the 1 in 25, just stick to the 1 in 10s.
No.
Just say it.
Or stop buying the reprints.
Oh my
And get
goodness.
the cheeseburger.
The cheeseburger.
Don't cheap out.
I can't get the cheeseburger because I gotta eat right so I can live longer. So I can only have one cheeseburger every now and then now. But that's just my thoughts on it. I was thinking about how Cliff was feeling, and he's got a lot of merit to what he's saying. And Green Shirt Guy, you have merit to what you're saying. If you don't like it, stop buying it. Blah blah. You know what I mean? But I just think it's a lot. It's not as black and white as that. You know what I mean? It's something when you've done something for decades, regardless if it's comic book collecting, if it's exercising or drinking or smoking, you've done it for decades. To even cut back is not as simple as, well, I'm just going to cut back.
It can be.
I would disagree that
Never as simple as
it's never that simple.
I mean, bad example, but I didn't find quitting smoking that difficult. Like, it was not easy, but it wasn't like, oh, this is a drudge. It was like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I just made a decision, and I'm not doing this anymore. I slowly phased it out of my life. I don't smoke in the car anymore. Okay, now I don't smoke at bars anymore. Okay, now I don't. But it wasn't like, oh,
But there is that phase, and everybody's different how they react to it. You know what I mean? If you react to it in a way like it wasn't that difficult, that's cool for you. That's cool. Some people aren't like that. You know what I mean? And people have to analyze and go through things on their own. But I guess I'm having a moment of my adult life where it's like I love it. I love talking about all this stuff will never stop, the lives and all that. But it's all this. You know what I mean? And then it's all like watching all the YouTube videos, seeing everybody's stuff. Like, it's just so much stuff. You know, and then I see us at the community arguing about things and blah, blah, blah. And in the end, I'm like, we're arguing about this? This is what we're arguing about?
Mm-hmm.
A book or a toy? Or, you know, I didn't like the way this toy was made. I don't like the way this was painted. I don't like the way this writer wrote this book. I feel like there's so many more important things in the world that we could be worried about.
correct. But this is the distraction from stuff.
Yes.
So, like,
Yes. I'm
choose
trying
your
to make it,
distraction.
I'm trying to make it a less of a distraction, maybe, you know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think out there? If that was an interesting conversation, please let us know in the comment section below. All right. Box office news. Deadpool and Wolverine drops only 44%.
They hit $1 billion.
Juggernaut.
They hit $1 billion.
54 million. It is over $1 billion.
Billion. With a B.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
There was talk before this movie came out. It was people like a couple of days before it came out, wonder if this movie was going to hit $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
I knew it was going to hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
$1 billion. People were
If it
super
didn't hit $1
excited
billion,
about this.
that would have been
This is one of the
true.
few MCU movies in the past year people was excited for. What's that, Green
I would
Chicago?
say if this movie didn't hit $1 billion, that would have been the story for me. It was gonna hit $1 billion.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you guys hear the rumors of Deadpool and Thor?
Woo! I
No.
love it.
No.
I think that would
Go
be a
on.
phenomenal movie. There's a rumor that they want to do this Deadpool with like different characters now. So
I'm
the next one will be
indifferent.
Deadpool and Thor.
I'm indifferent with that because I've always wanted a serious Thor movie. Like
So-
First one was
a
fairly
mashup
serious.
with Lord of the Rings and Game of
I
Thrones
see
type
what
of
you're
Thor
saying.
movie. Yeah.
So you didn't like Ragnarok?
It was okay.
Wow.
I feel they wasted. I felt they wasted Sotor. I really did feel they wasted that
I
character.
think he did so as well. You're right about that.
That's one of my biggest gripes with it. I feel that character is a Thanos level event for Asgardians, and they didn't use him correctly. That's all I want. I just want a serious
agree.
Thor.
I agree. All right, and then it ends with Us. This is a new entry. Made $50 million.
So
What is this?
the Reynolds family made $100 million this weekend.
Jeez, this is
That's
this
his
making
wife.
$50 million is
Blake
That's
Lively.
right. Yeah, it's Lively. Blake Lively.
tapped it.
What
from,
is this
Colin
movie?
Howard. This making $50 million is a little weird to me. I'm happy for it, but it's a little strange. These kind of
Yeah.
movies don't 50 million
It's gonna be in the Oscars.
first week. This is like first time I'm hearing about
Well,
it.
there's not much out.
It's not. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
it's not much. If you don't
Yeah,
want
if
to see
you-
a comic book movie,
Yeah, if you didn't want to go see Deadpool, you went to this.
But people are like, it's because of Blake Lively. I'm like, nobody watched Deadpool and Wolverine and said, "Oh, I'm gonna go see the next Blake Lively movie." Nobody said that.
Facts.
no, but there are people that like Blake Lively that went to see this that because she's in it.
Let's
Is Blake
let's,
Lively that big? Am I missing something
She's a
here?
big.
Like,
She's. I would say she's like a B+ level star. She's not an A level star.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll agree to that. I agree to B plus.
oh my goodness.
I would say the
She's
solid
in
B.
big movies, but she's not generally like she's never in a movie where she's the name above the credits and you're like, oh okay. It's like her and somebody else and you're oh okay.
It's more like, oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. But she was popular with Gossip Girl, right? She was on a TV show
I
back in the
never
days.
saw that.
Because
Never
Rob
saw that.
Liefeld said he designed Lady Deadpool after her, after who she was on Gossip Girl.
Oh,
Whatever.
That was what he said. So anyway, Twisters came in at number.
You missed me with Rob Liefeld all you want.
Twisters came in at number 3, brought in 15 million, only dropped 34%. Borderlands has bombed, ladies and gentlemen.
I did
Ouch.
want to see this.
I did too.
Yowzers.
Funny thing is,
Yowzers.
funny thing is, I told y'all I was a big gamer head. Never played Borderlands.
No,
Really?
Never.
was this another one of the
Never
ones
played
where you got the figures and you put it on the thing?
No.
What was
that
This
one?
was
You know what I'm talking
a.
about?
It's honestly like a great
I
game.
think-
It's a
Yeah.
great game and a great series, and
That's what I heard.
you know what? It has like a lot of humor in that game.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to cross to a movie. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Like I kind of looked at the Borderlands humor, and it's like I was like, man, I wonder if that humor has even aged as well as I like to think. You know, because it came out like Xbox 360, that
Mhm.
era.
Mhm.
And the last one came out like a few years ago, Borderlands 3. I mean, it's a great,
Yeah.
great video game. It's just not something that would really make a good movie.
It should have been like how they did with Twisted Metal. It should have just been a series.
Yeah.
I
Instead of a-
agree. Yeah.
Like most video game stuff, like Fallout was great, and that's like the exception. And like Super Mario movie was good. It was their second shot at it too, though. Like
Mortal Kombat was good.
yeah, Mortal Kombat. There again, they took a few shots at it to
What's the-
actually get it there.
What's the
Yeah.
big Xbox game with Master Chief and blanking on the title?
Oh,
Halo.
Is that show any good? I've heard it's
I
good.
haven't heard anything good about
I heard
it.
it's good, but I heard it's not
Yeah.
it's not really matching up with the
Okay.
video game.
They showed
Um,
Master Chief's face.
Yeah, I hear that's the
Okay.
big sin.
It's,
I'm not happy with that, but
Yeah, you know
I'm
what
not
they
going to
need to
go on
do
a rant.
They need to do a Gears of War show.
No,
That'd be a
no,
great show. You could get
no,
you could get
No.
money with that show.
no, no. Gears
I
of
didn't
War is
really
video
play the
game.
game.
I'm a huge Gears of War fan. The game itself is a movie in its own. They will ruin it somehow, change something that I will not be happy with. So no
video
don't watch
game
it, no Gears
movies
of War.
don't really like for the most part. Video game movies and shows, they're not.
You're afraid they're gonna battleship it?
Yes.
And yeah, so it doesn't surprise me because Borderlands does have like that following and stuff, but it doesn't surprise me. Like I even saw the poster for that. I was like, yeah, the Borderlands games are great, but I don't know if I'm gonna go see this movie at all. Like,
Yeah.
Toy Game says I got yelled at for not liking TMNT 3. Oh, it's too hilarious. All right. Despicable Me 4 brought in 8 million. Trap brought in 6. Inside Out 2 still making some money. 5 million there.
What's the total for Inside Out 2?
1.5.
1 billion
right?
and what?
1.593.
Almost
Ooh.
6, yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. It's a lot of money. It's a
So
lot
that
of
will go all the way to what?
Harold and the
Inside
Purple
Out
Crayon.
Yeah, right. She'll be having her own
Yeah.
kids before it
Cuckoo.
8. Right.
Oh, we didn't say it to Phil. There is going to be a Toy Story 5, just to let you know. They did.
I
announce
thought I
it.
was gonna say, like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm
There was
sure
another-
there's gonna be a.
there was another movie they announced
Huh?
that was a number 3 coming out, but I can't think of what it is.
I'm sure Inside Out
Frozen
3.
3.
I can announce it
Oh,
for
was
you
it
right
Inside Out
now.
3?
No, I can announce it for you now, though.
Yeah, but no, there was something that was coming out soon. There was like the third one. I just can't think of what it is.
Soon? I got to think about what it was, too. Then you got Fire and Squad, Sing Sing, Bad Boys, Ride or Die, Fly to the Moon. Last one on the list, Water Brother, made $4,000. Congratulations, you made it on the box office list. All right.
Congrats.
Deadpool and Wolverine still rocking hard. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go over your homework. Trilogy that was
I
picked
did
by
watch
Green
2 other
Shirt.
movies before we started.
Oh, Frozen 3. Somebody maybe it was.
Frozen 3,
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah.
All right. I actually like the Frozen series. So.
Frozen series is okay. I still got to sit down and watch all of them, like full length.
Only
I
two.
would sit and leave and all that
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Yeah.
You get the story if you hit and leave. It's fine.
Yeah. So Green Shirt Guy picked The Hangover Part 3.
Yeah.
We're finishing out the Hangover trilogy. This came out 2013, directed by Todd Phillips once again, and the whole Wolfpack crew is back. This is under the premise that they want Alan to go to a rehab, and on the way to taking him to his rehab, they are kidnapped by a man named Marshall, who's linked with Chow, who they show escaping from the Bangkok prison in the beginning, and supposedly Chow stole some gold bars from him. Since Chow is only talking to Alan, of course he's only talking with Alan.
Right.
They choose the Wolfpack. Yeah. So the Wolfpack has to go and find Chow, or else Doug again is going to die.
Again.
Can I talk about how Justin Bartha got paid how much money, and he's in total in these 3 movies is what, in 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I need to get his agent. I'm telling you what, I can.
And for what? Like, what else is he being on? Was he on like a TV show or something? Like,
he's been in stuff, but nothing. Yeah.
Look it up.
This movie has some funny stuff, but to me, it is the low end of them all.
I don't know. Once you look at these movies as dark comedies, I went with into this one going, okay, this one's probably not over the top funny. I think this has the most cohesive story of the 3. Because you follow it. You're like, okay, they have to do this. And if this doesn't happen, then there's pitfalls along the way. But you know where this movie's going.
But this one doesn't have to necessarily do with a hangover.
Not till the end.
Yeah, but it's not like it's not a hangover.
It's just the characters. That's really. And that was a good point. Is that's what changed from it? Is that like it's not like we got to put the pieces of the night together. It's just like we got to do the thing.
Right.
And it's there's like a couple of funny moments, but this is like I thought also like the low end of the very low end.
How about where he walks into the liquor store where you're getting the flashback of how he got the ecstasy? He's buying Jägermeister and Skittles.
Yeah.
Really? Of all the things.
Every time I see Jägermeister, I have flashback of college, and I don't. Yes. It's just horrible.
It's Dimetap. It's alcohol Dimetap.
It's black licorice. That scene right there.
I thought Alan was he's just over the top. It's almost okay. Me and Kamari were having a talk about this. It's almost as if now when I'm looking at it, I feel like he's on the spectrum a little bit. And you know what I mean? But it's not being acknowledged, or I don't know how
he's a man child. He still lives with his parents. That's what it is.
But it's something more though, because remember he was on medicine too. Yeah, he stopped taking his medicine and all that. So I have a hard time trying to laugh at certain things when it's like a serious moment. You know what I mean? Like,
I hate to say this, Alan pissed me off through most of this movie.
Yeah.
I can't say what I said every time he did something because I don't want to get this channel stricken for hateful words. But I said some things throughout this movie every time Alan did something stupid.
Yeah, like,
you know his stupidity reminds me of Peter Griffin and Homer Simpson wrapped in one. It's just like you're just stupid.
And the way he was treating the maid and the mom when he just knocked over the glass, I was just like, "That's not funny."
Bruh.
Yeah, I was like, "That's not funny. That's like really bad right there."
Yeah.
And I didn't know whether they were trying to make that funny.
And then at the funeral, we talking about, oh yeah, my father. That's why I could think of any more people that could have died.
Yeah, that was the intro part.
Like my mom. I was like,
what? He's saying stuff that's so over the top because you're supposed to go, what the hell? I think that's really the point.
Yeah.
I know, but he still pissed me off.
And they don't address it. Do you get what I mean? Like the movie ends without them like addressing it. He does it a little bit like, yeah, I've done some bad things, but I don't know if they address it enough.
both Stu and Bradley Cooper's character and Phil
Phil.
both kind of look at him like are constantly like, really? Like this, you still haven't learned? We're only in this because of you. They constantly address it, but nobody else does. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Because the parents
Yeah.
treat him like he's still 14 years old.
Yeah.
You tell me you still didn't laugh though during when he did the intervention cry.
Oh. Wait.
Yeah, I laughed.
No.
That made me laugh.
I laughed at that.
I saw.
Was
I
that part of
I
the-
remember the real one, and then I'm not.
Yeah.
laughing twice.
Yeah, that's why I said I remember the real one. I was like, is that the same screen?
Mhm.
And then he did it twice. Yeah.
I mean, like I said, when he was funny, I thought he was funny. Like when he gets mad at Stu about the phone, he's like, I have over 60 apps on that phone. Do you know how long it would take and how many man hours to put all that back on? I'm like, today, like 5 seconds, but all right. Back then, probably longer.
Yeah, probably longer.
And
Yeah.
there's no way Stu would have gotten that Demerol from
No.
a pharmacy.
Oh, not like
Well,
that.
you-
Looking
yeah,
like
you have to
that.
dispel a
Yeah,
little bit of-
even and it was like the guy at the counter even was like, "Yo,
What
we can't.
happened?
He's what's wrong with you?" And they still gave it to him.
Well,
Come
it's a movie, so they have to make the joke of this would never happen, and we're highlighting all the red flags. Oh, you're a doctor? Yeah, that's another red flag. You know,
Yeah.
he says all the things of why they shouldn't give it to him, but it's a movie, so obviously they have to.
You gonna
Wouldn't
still
you
get it.
just write the prescription and give it to Alan to go in and get?
That would you can't give it to Alan. You give it to Phil.
No.
Or Phil, you know what I mean?
Wait,
You
wait,
go in
Phil.
and
Phil.
Phil.
You give it to Phil.
You suggest that they give it to Alan out of all people?
Sorry. You're right. Cliff, we have not heard from you in a while. You want to speak about this movie?
It's fine.
All right. The top-notch analysis right there. What else can we say about this film?
Did you know that the baby and the kid that he goes and sees later is the same?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
We had to look it up because we were like, it looks like the kid from the other one.
Yeah, they used like 8 babies, but this baby was on screen like 53% of the time. So he was the main baby. And his twin sister was
Yeah.
like another like 30-something percent of the time.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought it was. I had to laugh a little bit, but I thought it was also creepy when they brought that kid in for the intervention.
I was like, why is the kid there?
He swims.
Oh,
with.
right, the neighbor.
Yeah, he swims with him, and then he comes in. He said, "Oh, it's a little too cold to go swimming." I'm like, what? Never addressed it. Nobody didn't point that
Well,
out.
I don't think
Nobody-
it's supposed to be that. I think it's, but he's a man child, so he's like, yeah, of course I'll go swimming with my friend because we're mentally the same age. You know what I mean?
And then he was talking to the child, and he was like, "I'm your father. I'm your real father." I was
Yes.
like, "What are you doing?" Oh my god, that kid's gonna grow up thinking that.
How about there's a scene where I think it's just after they get in all the accident or whatever, and they're driving away, and they're in the van, and Alan spits on the floor, and he goes, "Please don't split my van." But then the next shot, smash cut, literally the next shot in that scene is the big, huge dent in the windshield. I'm like, you're worried about spitting your van? You can't barely see out the window.
Chow is interesting.
Oh yeah.
I almost thought, you know what? If they came out with a Chow movie that focused on Chow, I think that'd be interesting.
No.
The story of how Chow became
Don't-
Chow.
Don't
Yeah,
give him
I
ideas.
think that not like Hangover where they try to figure out stuff, but just like a different movie, but it's the Chow character. You know what I mean?
There's already too much Chow in this movie.
Too much now.
Like his character is like it's just too much. It's too over.
Yeah.
It's like it's too much. It's too much of a good thing. You know.
That was clever the way he got the other gold though.
Yes.
They were getting there, and then when they were done, I was like, no. When they were handing him the bars,
Why would you let him be the
yeah,
one
that's
at
what
the top?
Kamari said. Why would you let Chow be at the top of the door? And then why
I
aren't
have
you grabbing
dark
that
red,
sledgehammer?
medium
Why aren't you grabbing that sledgehammer and like banging that handle to get out of there? They're just like,
Well, it didn't matter
Bruce.
anyway because he set the alarm off.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have dark gray, medium gray, light gray.
And he was colorblind.
That was funny.
That was pretty
How
funny.
about this? Did you notice where the director was in this one?
No.
The creep-
Oh, wait. Was he in when it was going by the window?
And he was
The
handing the
creepy
hooker the
guy?
$100 bills.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I remember that. End of this. How's this one end again?
Alan gets married.
Yeah, but before that, they Chow tricks them into stealing the other part of the gold. They meet up with the guy again, and then they figure out that Chow is in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So they have to go back to Vegas. So there's your roundabout to the first movie. And Chow's like bought out Caesar Palace, the top floor.
With the gold.
With the gold. They break in, Phil and Alan break in like hanging down on the thing, and they get in there, and Chow jumps off with this like, what are those things? That's not a what kind of parachute? That's like a glider though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but that's still a parachute.
Yeah. I can't think of it.
Yeah. And so they finally get. Go ahead.
Those penthouses in Vegas is like $7,000 a night.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But I work in hospitality.
$21 million in gold, and you're not worried about.
Yeah, true.
And Chow's been so fiscally responsible in the first two movies.
There's literal
Right.
when you have one of those suites, there's a literal fountain in the middle of the floor. So it's like it's almost like having like 4 or 5 apartments spread out, and then in the middle is a fountain. Because like I said, I work in hospitality, and we book people for those type of hotels. So yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So they end up capturing Chow because they need him to get Doug back.
That scene where he's fighting him in the penthouse, and I don't usually get this, but with all the strobe, I was like, I'm about to have a seizure watching this.
That was uncomfortable to watch. Yeah, that was uncomfortable to watch. They bring him back to the Marshall guy. Turn of events.
In the trunk.
In the trunk. They put him in the trunk. They shoot the trunk out, but Alan has let him out through the back seat. Right. Chow turns around, kills the guy that they owe. Chow has all the gold now.
So plot whatever that I had a problem with. Chow pops up. Where did he shoot them?
In the back.
To me, it looked like he shot them both in the head.
Could be.
But then when they're putting him in the trunk, John Goodman's got a big hole in his left shoulder, which is not a lethal wound, but whatever.
True.
That's one. I'll get to my other one in a minute. Go ahead.
A lethal wound that takes a long time to be lethal.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Chow doesn't learn anything, and Alan's kind of like, I can't be your friend anymore because I got to be a better person. Because Alan met the love of his life at a pawn shop, played by what's her face?
Melissa McCarthy. She just and then with the mother, she tells the mother to go back, and he's like, "Shut your pile, get over there." I was like, "Oh my God, they're made for each other."
Of course.
Right. So Chow ends up. Chow has the bodies in his car and the gold. Like,
like I don't know who wrote this movie. What were they on? What were they thinking?
They were thinking this is going to be the last one. Let's just get it out as quick as possible.
Let's just throw.
I got things to do today.
No, this is one of the few times. This is one of the few times where I thought what Cliff thought, like, oh, what kind of drugs is this person on? I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to know because I don't want nowhere near those drugs.
Right? I'm like, the drugs must have been real wild,
man.
So then Alan gets married, and then the end credit scene is them again
waking up,
falling for the Allenness, and Chow's.
Well, no, it was Chow this time.
But how? Because what, did Alan invite him?
You don't even know.
It was Chow sent me the cake.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Plot hole. Just for you, C. Bezel.
Yes, thank you.
So the whole thrust at the beginning of this movie is Alan's got a problem. We're taking him to rehab. He'll only go if the three of us go. Let's say this whole plot takes 2 to 3 days, right? Then
Mhm.
they all drive back. Nobody's going, why isn't Alan in rehab?
But also,
where
they
have you
did
been
say
for 2 to 3 days? Because it shouldn't have taken you that long to get to
Also,
Vegas
they
or wherever you're going.
they did say at the beginning when it was I think it was at the funeral. I want to say it was a funeral when they suggested that he needs a woman.
Ah.
And they said no, nobody who would want him. I think
But
that's what
still.
they said. Yeah, but I agree with you. Nobody mentioned like so how that rehab go? You
Right,
know?
right.
Yeah.
I
All
do
right.
think
I
they
can't
missed an
stand Alan.
opportunity not to put just a Mike Tyson walking by on the strip while they're in Vegas or something like that.
Let's get some numbers. We'll start off with C Bizzle. What do you think?
Alan. I have to give this like a I'm gonna be generous and say 6.5.
Wow, that's generous.
Yeah, it's very generous. I'm just glad it's over because Alan really. I'm not saying this trilogy was bad, but it's outdated with the jokes. Like when you look at it, like we would have gone 10 years ago. Life was different 10 years ago. That's anything was pre-COVID is a different lifetime.
Yeah, I agree.
So I probably look at back then. I probably thought it was hilarious. Now, no.
All right. 6.5, Phil.
This is mediocre. Like it's a mediocre comedy. It's like the first two I could see like just not aging well. This
Mhm.
one I thought was just incredibly mediocre all the way through, like from rating and stuff. There was maybe like a couple good laughs, but mediocre 5.
Oh, 5.
5.
Clifford.
I'm gonna be very generous with my score. I'm gonna give it a 3.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm not only do I never want to see this movie again, I'm sorry that I had to wait time watching.
Okay. All right. I will give it a 6.5.
Oh, another
All right.
6.5. Wow.
I'll give it a 6.5. It was decent. And then I'll let Green Shirt Guy give his number.
What I liked about this one is how it went back and kind of reinvented some of the stuff from the first one. And when it was funny, it was still funny to me. I thought there was a couple of things like, whatever. I still laughed at it. There was stuff that still made me laugh. I'm going to give it a 7 again. I thought it was enjoyable.
All right. I'm thinking if that's averaging out, it's about a 5 or 5.5 or something.
That averages out to a 5.6 from the Council of Comics.
5.6, ladies and gentlemen. Hangover Part 2.
Hangover
Part
Part 3 is going down as the worst thing we've reviewed so far.
Yeah, I think it is the worst.
That
But doesn't mean that I had fun through it, though. I had fun talking about it and going. I'm glad I saw the trilogy. Let's put it that way. I'm glad I got to see the whole thing from beginning to end. All right.
Yeah.
So that leaves us.
When you make the clip show for the end of the year, please remember today was the day. This was the first and possibly the lowest point of film and box office news.
Year's not over yet, Cliff.
we review Long Legs.
I can assure you that one of the next 3 films, one of them is pretty bad, and it's still not going to hit this level of rock bottom.
Well,
For 2 of the movies, I had a nice time. So there we go.
Okay.
all right. So next week is episode 100, and Clifford's
Cliff has a
trilogy
banger.
is
Yeah!
Spider-Man.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Episode
Because
number
someone
100.
had to.
I was wrong. I thought it was gonna be Superman. I thought about it all week. I
You
was
want
like,
to talk
oh,
about
man.
movies that haven't aged well.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Time out. 20 seconds.
And I own
Spider-Man 2 is still regarded in my book as one of the greatest superhero
Yeah.
movies of all time.
Absolutely.
This one's pretty good too.
Yeah, that Spider-Man
Yeah.
2 is probably going to carry the whole trilogy for us. You know,
Yes.
but
So-
yeah, I mean, like I
But
think
Spider-Man
3 is
3,
real
for a
bad.
long time.
yes. I have to
3
agree.
is real bad.
Wait
Oh,
till we
I
get
know,
to 3.
I know, but we're gonna find out who's the worst third movie of them all. Let it
We
be
are gonna
in.
find out. We are
And I didn't
definitely
love
gonna
2.
find out.
2 I thought wasn't great either. The one is to me still watchable, but it has its issues. The second one starts to peter. The third one is awful.
Did he say
But-
2 wasn't all that good?
I didn't love 2. I mean, I think Alfred Molina was good.
Blasphemy.
Now, here's the thing. It's been a while since I watched it. I just remember in hindsight going, yeah.
It was good.
I who knows? I may change my mind while watching it.
All right.
I'm gonna need a moment.
It has been a while since I watched the Spider-Man, so I'm looking.
It's gonna be a
forward
lot
to
of fun.
it. Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot
Reacher
of fun.
guys, stop trying to challenge our friendship like this.
Yeah.
So make sure you tune in tomorrow as well for episode number 102 of the new keys and hot comics of the week. Watch for a chance to win our monthly giveaway. We're adding new stuff every week to the prize. Some big books coming out: Transformers, Darth Vader, X Factor #1. It's coming out.
sir.
So we'll be going over all the new keys and hot comics. Then tune in on Wednesday for New Comic Book Day Live, episode 111. I like those numbers, 111. You also get a chance to win our monthly giveaway, and we'll have a brand new skit for you as well. And then, of course, make sure you come back next Sunday, 5 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific, for Spider-Man's Clifford's trilogy.
Tobey
in our
Maguire, right?
2024 year of
Tobey
the trilogy.
Maguire Spider-Man.
Tobey Maguire,
Tobey
yeah.
Maguire Spider-Man, yeah.
Which at
And-
the moment are all available on Netflix. You're welcome.
Oh, I
Excellent.
own them all. I worked at
I own
Blockbuster.
them all too.
I worked at Blockbuster at the time,
Excellent.
so I got them for like
For
nothing.
convenience sake, they're there.
Remember the
Excellent.
statue at Blockbuster?
Yeah.
Our store. I know the guy who won it, so I,
Ooh.
All right, let's get into the comments. Shout out to everybody that came in through tonight. Las Cruces 1971, always
What about
from
the
New
trivia?
Mexico. Oh, see, this is why we
So-
have a council. This is why
hold
we have
on.
a council.
Before we give the answer,
Yes.
Marshall stole $42 million from the Sheik, split it into 2 vans of $21 million apiece. Chow stole one of the vans.
But he
He was not working for Marshall.
wasn't working
stole
for
one of
Marshall.
the
You're
vans.
correct. You're correct. You're correct
Yep.
on that. You're correct.
But technically, between the two of them, they do the job. So
So, well, then what's the answer to the question then?
Well, no,
I-
There's a
40
specific number of bars.
yeah,
there's a
I think
specific
the
number of
total. Right, because how many bars did
I just
Marshall?
think it's a faulty question, but the answer is
No,
still.
I mean, it's a
It's
little
not-
bit faulty, but you know
It's
what?
not faulty. They tell you how many bars he stole.
Right, and it is 42, is it not?
It is 42, Cliff.
Thank
Let me
you.
get it over
Do you know
here.
how much
Where
one of those
is it?
bars would have weighed? 'Cause I looked it up.
About
50?
12
Yeah.
to 18 pounds a piece. Something like that.
24.7 pounds.
Is that
Oh,
exact?
Ooh. Jeez.
I was off.
Yeah.
I said 50.
All right,
24.7
so
pounds.
I'm gonna give you
So
guys 10
imagine
seconds
25
out there.
pound bag of dirt thrown at you.
You got 10 seconds to put hashtag 42 in the comments as the answer, and then I'm gonna draw for somebody to win a duck. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw. Who's it
You're
gonna be?
welcome,
Is it
whoever
be
wins. 'cause
Chop
Cliff
and Chop?
Sam
Is it
was
gonna be
let it
Kenneth?
go.
Is it gonna be Comiverse? Is it gonna be Random Rips? Is it gonna be Canadian Survival? Is it gonna be Kenneth Bird? Is it gonna be Las Cruces wins another duck, ladies and gentlemen? Congratulations,
You're
Las
welcome,
Cruces.
Cruces.
You got like what,
Speak.
3 or 4?
At least.
Yeah, yeah.
But don't y'all get discouraged because the person that won our last one
Only had
Only
2,
one.
right?
Only had one duck.
It was only
No,
one. I
had
thought he
one
had two.
duck.
Yeah, he only had
I
one
have
duck.
duck. That's right.
So
Yep.
you're not guaranteed to win with as many
Don't
ducks.
get discouraged. Come back
Also,
and
shout
come on.
out to Kenneth Bird for being here tonight. Shout out to Random Rips. Hey, y'all, thank you for being here tonight. Jay Margolis was in the house tonight. Thank you for being here. Canadian Survivalist came through. Thank you for being here. Hofri Castro came through. Thank you for being here. Commieverse was in the house. Thank you for being here. Toy Games was in the house. Thank you for being here. Big L. Larry Jackson came through tonight. Thank you for being here. James Jr. Richter, thank you for being here. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube, my friend. Trev the Shipping Guru came through tonight. Thank you for being here. Legion of Comics came through tonight. Thank you for being. He said, I choose to be distracted by entertainment than waste my time with more important things that are meaningless in the grand scheme of things. All right, just don't avoid going to that doctor. All right. Joseph Michaels, the adventurous Joe. Thank you for being here. Chop and Drop 2013 came through tonight. Thank you for being here. Who else? James Bador, the harmonic fox himself. Another portion of the I'm Awake band. Thank you for joining us, Senor James Bador. James Bador is actually the voice that you guys hear. There are the heroes on the song.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's him. Thank you for being here, brother. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m., 5 p.m. Pacific for New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week, episode 102. We're going to give you 3 more chances to win ducks, just like Las Cruces won himself a duck tonight. All right, and we'll go over all the new keys and comics. So, for myself, for C Bizzle, for Phil, for Green Shirt Guy, and for Cliff, and the rest of the Council of Comics, we love you. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Peace.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes?